Welcome to Inside KISD Student Produced News. My name is Tate Stender.
And I'm Nicole Scroggs.
And thanks for joining us. Students in grades 4 through 12 in need of a little bit of extra help with their math work can attend free math tutoring at the Jackson Professional Learning Center in Killeen Monday through Thursday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to noon. Transportation must be provided for students to and from JPLC. To apply for tutoring and to get more information about the free tutoring program, please call 254-336-1736.
The KISD Guidance and Counseling Department is offering free youth mental health first aid classes to all Killeen ISD employees throughout 2019-2020 school year. Youth mental health first aid will teach you how to identify, understand, and respond to many of the signs of mental illnesses and substance abuse disorders in our youth. The 8-hour training gives KISD staff who work with youth the skills they need to reach out and provide initial support to adolescents who may be developing a mental health problem or substance use problem. Some of the health issues discussed will be common signs and symptoms of anxiety, depression, eating disorders, common signs of substance abuse, and how to interact with youth in crisis. This training is open to all KISD staff. Register online, or for more information, please contact the KISD Guidance and Counseling Department at 254-336-0282.
No school district can be successful without community partnerships. Those partnerships help the district grow and stay in touch with the needs of the community. One such partnership comes in the form of our AV production class and the Texas Workforce Solutions of Central Texas, and their commitment to producing high-quality live productions and videos. Video production student journalist Isabella Vidal shows us what it takes to put on a good show.
We are working on the 31st Annual Workforce Awards Luncheon for Workforce Solutions of Central Texas. The Awards Luncheon is a yearly event that showcases our customers that have shown excellence in job searching and being successful in that. We also showcase the employers and businesses that we've worked with during the past year, also partners and collaborators that have helped us be successful. The KIC students have been a godsend to us. We used to put this on ourselves, I would say about 10 years ago. We would have trouble every year with audio, video, just the whole technical part of the show was a nightmare for us because we didn't know how to do it, basically, and we didn't have the tools to do it. So we were approached one year by the audiovisual department saying, we could do the sound for y'all, because I think they had come to the event one year. The sound was not good. They said they could probably help us out with that. So the very next year, they helped us with just the audio portion of the show. And it turned out perfectly, no glitches at all. So the next year, we got them involved, even got the students involved as a project to help us plan the show, put on the show. So the whole AV team was involved. And it's been a huge success for the last 5 years, ever since the kids started working with us.
Everybody, lift the truss. 1, 2, 3. Genie people, push the genies in.
Push it in. You have to push it.
Keep going. You're behind. Slow down over there.
They will start with the very grounds up. We will kind of present them a theme or kind of an overall idea, a plan, the beginning of the school year usually, and let them know that we want their help, their ideas, so that we can start developing different aspects, different projects for them to work on, to put the show on, and they start that, and we have usually taken their ideas, and it's been great. The theme this year is with a little bit of help from our friends, kind of the old Beatles song from the 60s, so it's kind of a 60s vibe theme. And the students have kind of helped us with videos on that. They've come out to both the centers to tape staff working, tape staff having a good time. They've also done video testimonials for some of our customers, our businesses that we work for, and even some of our partners. They came up with those ideas. It's been a great success this year.
Congratulations to the Ellison High School boys cross country team and the Harker Heights High School girls cross country team, each winning the 6A District Cross Country Meet this October at the Heart of Texas Soccer Complex in Waco. The top 3 boys teams, Ellison, Belton, and Temple, and the top 3 girls teams, Harker Heights, Belton, and Midway, qualified to continue the Region 2 6A Cross Country Meet October 28th in Dallas.
Texas Comptroller Glenn Hagar announced that Killeen ISD is the latest local government entity to achieve specific transparency goals through the Comptroller's Transparency Stars program. Killeen ISD received a star in the area of traditional finances, which recognizes entities for their outstanding efforts in making their spending and revenue information available to the public. The Transparency Star recognizes local government entities that provide easy online access to important financial data.
The annual Employee 5K run was held late last month and saw hundreds of racers fill the CTC campus. AV production student journalist Tate Stender gives us the rundown on the Employee 5K.
A cool morning and the sounds of music filled the air as over 1,000 Killeen ISD employees and their family members prep for the annual KISD Employee 5K run. KISD's My 95.1 radio station provided the warm-up tunes while runners stretched and danced along preparing for the 5-kilometer run. The KISD Employee 5K kicks off a series of wellness events that makes up the Superintendent's Cup. The competitive Superintendent's Cup Challenge continues through the school year as campuses compete for the top spot in the traveling cup that goes to the winning campus. Genia England from Brookhaven Elementary School sang the national anthem, and Superintendent John Kraft welcomed the crowd and thanked the sponsors for their support.
What a great way to start the morning. Well, first and foremost, welcome to this year's annual Back to School 5K, Employee 5K Fun Run. We're glad that you're all here. Seems like this event just continues to grow.
With the final laces tied and running bibs attached to shirts, and with the sound of the horn, the massive runners and walkers took off to the CTC campus.
On your mark, get set.
Within 20 minutes, Richard Littlefield was the first runner back with a time of 18 minutes and 52 seconds. Over the course of the next hour, runners and walkers continued to make their way to the finish line, with volunteers and other runners continuing to cheer them on. An award ceremony celebrated the top 3 male and female finishers in various age categories, and the campus and department that took the most participants received trophies. To find out more about the Superintendent's Cup, visit KilleenISD.org.
First across the finish line, Allison Rowe, the first in the female division today.
For Inside KSD News, I'm Tate Stender.
Hey Siri, play my exam music playlist.
Sure.
In cafeterias across the district, superheroes served up hot meals to thousands of students during National School Lunch Week. The National Lunch Week theme for KISD was Save the Day with a Healthy School Lunch, and saw dozens of KISD cafeteria staff dressed up as superheroes and decorating their cafeteria walls and lunch lines in superhero fashion. Killeen ISD School Nutrition Director Evan Leach said school nutrition staff are actively saving the day by providing good quality meals to students and working behind the scenes to ensure students are well taken care of at lunchtime. One group of heroes at Eastern Hills Middle School decorated and dressed the part with capes, masks, and other costume pieces as just another way to reach out and build bonds with students. At Ellison High School, the 14 school nutrition staff members used their own time to decorate 3 separate parts of the serving area to represent famous superheroes, military heroes, and law enforcement heroes. Another popular program gaining steam is Sharing Table, allowing students to contribute unopened, non-perishable food items for other students. Students are able to leave what they don't want and others can take it. In an effort, increases access to nutrition and reduces waste. About 20 KSD schools are implementing a Sharing Table.
Every student deserves a full and well-balanced lunch. However, some students struggle to pay for lunches. Starting this year, KISD is working to help keep students full and stay fed with the Food Sharing Table program. Student journalist Nyasha Dixon has the story.
The reason that we started the food sharing table is because sometimes I used to have the kids doing work for me, and they will tell me I don't have enough lunch money today, or I don't have my meal today. So we got curious about what we can do. The food sharing table for the Career Center is a project that we decided to begin this year. The legislature passed a few years back it told us that students struggle throughout school with food insecurity. So to avoid that and to also combat the part of students wasting a lot of food from the cafeteria because they don't eat it, we decided to have a space designated for students to drop off any items that they are not gonna eat that another student can have. It has to be food that it has not been opened, and it has to be food that the student did not intend to eat. The food sharing table is important because students sometimes forget their lunch, or they don't have enough to eat the day before, or they just don't feel hungry when they leave the house and they don't have enough lunch money. So sometimes a student go a whole day without eating. And food insecurity, like I said, is a major point of this project. So avoiding that part, we all know that if you're hungry, you're not ready to learn. You can't learn because your body has other biological needs that are interfering with your learning. So it is important for us that you have everything that you need, and that includes academics and also treating you as a whole person. Anybody can drop off any items that they do not intend to eat that are approved on the list that we have posted, and then any student can walk by and pick up an item and take from the food sharing table. So there is no need for you to be identified or singled out. You just walk by, drop off an item if you choose, or pick up an item if you choose. And that's something that the students can walk by and just donate it at the food sharing table. They can drop off their unopened items that are not hot meals. It has to be like maybe the string cheese or the yogurt or the milk and any fruit that it has not been beaten into.
With the holiday season quickly approaching, we are often reminded that some families struggle to make ends meet during the holidays. Through KISD's HARP program, families and students can seek food and clothing assistance. Student journalist Serenity Babbitt tells us more.
HARP was initiated back in 1987. It's based on the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act, and that is a federal law that requires all school districts within the United States to address the needs, educational needs and barriers that result from being homeless as a child. We have an amazing community in Killeen, and different organizations will donate food and clothing. They contact our office here at JPLC, or the Jackson Professional Learning Center, which is part of Killeen ISD, and we make arrangements for them to bring the items here or to our clothes closet. The McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act has very specific criteria, and so when a student enrolls in Killeen ISD, we have a student residency questionnaire, and based on the answers that are given on the questionnaire, then the parent may be asked to visit with the HARP campus contact, which is usually the counselor, to go more into depth as to the criteria that the student may meet.
No matter how different your sneeze is, we all should cover it the same way. Make sure you cover your sneeze and keep your hands clean. Help prevent the flu.
Let's go, ladies! Feel the heat!
welcomed a steady flow of job seekers to its annual Fall Career Fair at the Killeen Civic and Conference Center in October. The fall hiring event focuses on hiring paraprofessionals like bus drivers, cafeteria workers, and classroom assistants, while the event in spring focuses on getting a jump on hiring teachers for the coming school year. Both events add to the district's pool of employee candidates in a wide range of positions. Representatives from Killeen ISD Human Resources, Special Education, the Substitute Center, Transportation, and School Nutrition departments all provided information to job seekers. Currently high on the list of positions needing to be filled are bus drivers. To find more information on becoming a bus driver, please visit KilleenISD.org.
Teachers are the lifeblood of our school system. Here at Inside KSD, we like to highlight and show our appreciation of our teachers in our Teacher Spotlight segment.
John Smallwood, been teaching for 30 years. This is my 30th. And started off at Killeen High School, was a woodshop teacher and drafting teacher in darkroom photography, and then moved into teaching computers and teaching digital photography, and then moved to Ellison and continued teaching photography and graphic design, and then in 2012 moved here and have been here ever since. My favorite parts of teaching is when it's just me and the students in the classroom going over the subject matter that I love. I love photography. If I didn't, teaching would really stink. You gotta love your subject matter, because if you don't, it's laborious. Seeing students who think they might have an interest in your program or interest in what you love, and then that grows, and then they're like, oh, I want to take more, I want to do more. That's one. There's probably three, and that's seeing them grow and learn. The other one is the moments where they're really excited about what they've shot, captured, created. That's second. But then third is when you have all of your students and they've graduated and they moved on. It's like, it's your kids, it's your children, but you're seeing them grow up. For 30 years, I've taught 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old, and that age never changes in my classroom. It changes when they get out of my classroom, and you begin to see them 5, 10, 15, 20 years later and what they're doing and where they're at. And so kind of cool watching their stuff online.
Looks of wonder and curious questions marked an evening of family learning at Skipsha Elementary School, all tied to the mystery and science of space. The school's first ever Skipsha Space Night exceeded expectations as hundreds of families made their way through a wide range of simple activities and interactive experience spread through hallways, gym, and cafeteria. The center of the space-themed night seemed to gravitate to a table in the cafeteria where kindergarten teacher Lisa Stewart introduced interested students and parents in some rare and valuable soil and rock samples. Curious students took turns getting an up-close look at the police-guarded samples of soil and rocks culled from the moon, as well as fragments of meteorites from the asteroid belt. Presenters from the Challenger Learning Center in Waco, the Civil Air Patrol, and other groups showed off elements of space, robotics, and other STEM-based topics through short presentations. Skipsha Principal Jane Apodaca was clearly pleased with the hundreds of family members moving through the school learning together. Families are together and they are engaged around instruction, she said.
The Central Texas College Roadshow visited the KSD Career Center earlier this month in hopes of raising more awareness about the local college has to offer. Student journalist Josiah Keating has the story.
What is happening here today is our senior students here from the Career Center attend the CTC Roadshow. They attend a presentation first that tells them about the programs that CTC has to offer and how their career path aligns with the programs they study at CTC. The majority of our students attend CTC, and we want them to know in detail exactly what programs are available for them as they transition into post-secondary education. The purpose of this is that students that are graduating, because they're seniors, they can see how their career path aligns with what CTC has to offer. Sometimes times students know about CTC, but they do not know what programs they offer and to what extent, like in detail. CTC comes out and they bring about all of the programs that they have to show for the roadshow, and our students can walk around and see what's happening at CTC.
We do a Tai Chi in the middle of the room, and craft programs. We're just all about the students.
The minute you light a cigarette, you are exposed to over 7,000 chemicals. Nearly 1 in 3 young smokers will eventually die early from a tobacco-related disease. Be the first tobacco-free generation.
Hi, I'm Tate Stender, a video production student here at KCC, and I'm going to run you through my top 5 Thanksgiving pies for this upcoming holiday season. Kicking off with number 5 is cherry pie. Cherry pie is something my grandma used to make me all the time when I was younger. She would go to the produce store and pick out the perfect Morello cherries to make it taste just right. She would bake the pie to perfection with the most flaky, buttery crust that would put my whole family into a culinary bliss. Placing at number 4 is apple pie. I didn't eat much apple pie as a young kid because it never looked appetizing to me, but once I hit about 14 years old and my older sister made me eat a slice, I've never looked back. Apple pie is something great to eat, freshly baked on a cold Thanksgiving evening, and I'll definitely be grabbing a slice this year. Hitting number 3 is chocolate pie. I mean, how can you not love chocolate? It is a rich, creamy goodness, definitely looks appetizing than any other pie. The only thing that makes it only number 3 is the fact that I can only eat one slice and I'll become so parched. Next is number 2, which is pumpkin pie. Now this pie is a tradition in most every family to eat on Thanksgiving Day. The pumpkins are in season around this fall and winter time of year, and that means that the pie will be perfect. A little bit of a spicy and buttery flaky cooked to perfection crust, and you've got yourself an amazing holiday dessert. Now finally, what we have all been waiting for, and my most favorite, is number 1, which is peach pie. Even though peaches sadly aren't in season around this time of year, that doesn't mean you can't enjoy a nice, sweet slice of peach pie. Just grab a can of peach filling and add it to the perfect crust, and you've got yourself an amazing pie that, in my opinion, will never go out of season. And those are my top 5 pies for this holiday season. I'm Tate Stender. Thanks for watching. Our KISD students are doing amazing things both in school and out of school, and deserve to be recognized. Student journalist Pierce Hammer highlights a set of amazing students doing amazing things in this Student Spotlight segment.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Pierce.
And we're Open House. So my musical influences would be Frank Ocean, The Wallows, The Regrets. They're all amazing artists and bands. Some of them are indie, some of them R&B. That's what I grew up with a lot, and they just tend to inspire me.
We've written a couple of songs, and we plan on having an EP out by winter break when we have more time to focus on our music and not things like school, stuff like that.
I was inspired to make music because of my culture, and also a lot of the famous artists that I listen to. They're so amazing that I just had to know what it's about. And when I met Pierce, we instantly clicked, and we were both great guitarists, so I thought, hey, maybe we should be a band.
I started playing guitar when I was 15. My aunt got it for me for my birthday, and I really enjoyed it. And then I started singing probably about a year later.
For myself, I've been playing guitar since probably beginning or second half of 9th grade. I did get it in 8th grade, but I didn't really click with it then because small hands. But now that I have bigger hands, it's quite easier, and I actually really enjoy playing it. And I started singing roughly about 30 minutes ago.
Okay, so our usual song-making process is we'll start with a melody on guitar that we both like, and then we'll come up with like a chord shape and a chord pattern, and then we'll add lyrics to it, and we work on those together and all this, and it's a very like unified thing. And then we add like finishing touches like extra guitar lines and bass lines and stuff.
We started our first song, You Found Me, with just this. And then it turned into a whole 2-minute, 30-second long song.
From everyone here at the Career Center, I'm Tate Stender.
And I'm Nicole Scroggs. Thank you for watching.